I just want to say a few words of why you're here tonight. A lot of you know that you're at the Kind Hers Gala 1 event, but you might not know exactly who we are, and I want to kind of give you a history of how it started. So, started with, back in 2013, it was just kind of a light bulb that popped on my head about I was just getting into fashion and wanted to find others that were also interested in fashion. Of course, it was men's fashion that it started with, and the idea kind of just progressed. And in 2017, I decided to start the Kind Hers chapter here in Salt Lake City, and it was a success right off the bat. We had about 25 members that came. And we've held several events over the years. And what we did is we didn't want to just show up and be men in suits, which is kind of we made rules, right? We have to wear suits. I made sure that everybody's wearing dress shoes, had to have a tie to the top, made it very serious, and put some ethos behind it as well. So we called ourselves, the creed was that we were well-dressed, well-mannered, and well-doers. And that has really worked well. Thank you so much. Trying to teach some men some etiquette. And what I really like to say is that we are the door holders. We are not the cat callers. So, we've been able to teach quite a few men, and it's progressed into, well, pre-COVID, it was actually jumping up all in cities organically around the country and even into the world. We were starting to progress into Paris and Nigeria and New Zealand and Ireland. I need to work to get that back, but before I did, I thought, you know what? And it's thanks to all of you. Thank you for jumping in the DMs and saying, we want this for us. You were super persistent about it. And I said, I'm going to start it back up with the Kind Hers rather than the Kind Hers. So thank you again for being here. All the ethos are translating, they're just jumping right over. We are still the well-dressed, well-mannered, and well-doers. And the last one in particular I want to talk about, it has been incredible, just the camaraderie that has happened. So we're not just, again, men in suits or women in gowns, but we can actually do better and do good for the community. My particular style of that is, I know there are a lot of charities, but I really like to look the person in the face and say, I want to help you. We've been able to help quite a few men so far. That includes a few men we've helped get jobs. We've helped them write resumes. We've got them in front of CEOs to do interviewing practice. And then we have actually got them landed in careers. So that's been really nice. There is a few men that actually lost children that we just wanted to come and give them a big hug. We've helped them, we've got them together with custom suiting companies and just listen to their stories. And it's been pretty incredible. And now they have camaraderie of men in the community that they didn't know before, so that was great. And then the last one we did was a gentleman that was born actually without limbs, and he was getting married. And I said, well, what suit are you gonna wear? We gotta fix that for you. So we got him with some custom suit shops and tailored it specific to his body. Custom suit, shirt, tie. His wheelchair was in really bad condition, and so his motorized wheelchair, we were able to totally fix that up for him. And then with the funds left over, we were actually able to send him and his wife on a honeymoon. So it was really cool. Really great. But we're again, that is going to jump over here as well. And this one, the first person, we're calling this our act of kindness. And we are launching a GoFundMe this evening. We have our candidate, her name is Leslie Hubrick, and she's here with us tonight. We're going to let her tell her story, and we're just going to be listening ears. And we just want to welcome you, Leslie. So come on out and.
First of all, I'm so grateful and tickled to be here. I'm so grateful for Joseph and Genevieve and Meg and all the few beautiful women that have made this night possible. It takes powerful women and people in this world to do magical things. And I just want you to know that for tonight, this is a magical moment for me. And I'm so grateful already for all of you women that I'm hoping to get to know more on an individual level. A little bit about me. I was, in the beginning of February, I was out just living the top of the world, feeling like I had everything going for me, right? And one of the things you don't realize is how fast life can have a change of circumstances for you. And I would always look at other people, and I never thought it would be me as the handicapped one, you know. I just never did. And that what happened was a life-changing experience that has already blessed my life like tremendously. If I could go back already right now and have everything undone and redone and all the pain that I've had to go through and all the trials, would I undo it? The answer is emphatically no. I would not undo it, even though it's so difficult, even at this time, to still accept the results of the outcome of my situation, which I believe are still ever changing and improving. So what happened, I'll just give you a little bit of background. I was out there at the beginning of February. We were in the desert there near Palm Springs, and I was out there four-wheeling and dirt biking, and then we were out there paramotoring as well. I don't know if you guys know what paramotoring is. It's like a paraglider, but it has a powerful motor behind it, so you can just like climb and dive and do all sorts of things. It's the smallest ultralight that you can have out there. And we were rushing. It was night, it was getting dusk. You know, they always say this in hindsight, but we were rushing to get out there. I took off, I took a hard turn. I look at a tree, an oncoming pilot, I just make some quick adjustments. Before I know it, my wings stalled and went underneath my feet. I'm up there flying, and all I can think of is full throttle, full throttle. So I just slam on the full throttle. The wing went underneath me, and it was like a whiplash action up in the air. It just went and slammed me faster than the velocity of gravity, just straight down to the ground. But what went through my mind the moment I felt like something was wrong was, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And if I went through a lot of different things, going through life flights and surgeries, and we'll go into that, but what happened at that moment was life-changing for me, really. It's been a reason why I've actually been a little isolated this last couple months. I'm just in a point of pondering, because what happened for me was different than what was perceived by other people that were watching this situation. When I fell out of the sky, it looked to them like I hit the ground, but for me what happened is I felt and heard the sound of a velocity of like speed and energy going really quickly, close together. And I looked down and I saw a tunnel. I'm just going to speak very honest and open with you women. I felt like I can do that tonight. And it's something I've not shared openly with anybody. But I saw the tunnel through my feet. And I went through the tunnel, and for time on earth it stopped. I went through this experience and I could hear it go, the sound of it go. And by the time you go out, that little piece of light at the end of the tunnel, it went silence. And I was uphill. I went quick through the tunnel, just went, and then came out the other side, and I had an experience that has left me pondering. And long story short, it was a nanosecond on this planet, but it was a long time for my experience of going and having experiences and taking some time to get to this place that I could speak with some wise ones. I don't know why they were there. They were just wise ones that were, it took me a long time to travel to my group. I don't know what it was, it's like a community, your tribe. It took time and then to consult on the decision to come back here and that. And I remember it was actually to be counseled about, like we decided, we had to talk about it, the pros, cons, what was my vision, what did I want out of life. And I still am so grateful for this moment that I realize life is bigger than what we sometimes perceive it as. Sometimes we perceive it as just, what are we gonna wear tomorrow? What's next Saturday? What's the next concert? When's my next holiday with my girlfriends? And I got a bigger, grandiose appreciation that I cannot relate in this short amount of time about the importance of observing who you are going to be before you are put into those situations. Are you going to be a fighter? Are you going to be someone that's solution oriented? Are you going to be somebody that doesn't give up quickly? Are you going to be somebody that looks for the good in situations? Are you going to be one that goes into a dark hole? And all of them are okay, and they're all part of our growing experiences, but I didn't realize how quickly we needed to have that decision made up. And what was really interesting was 3 months ago when I went to the gym doing leg press machines, there was an audible voice that was so poignant that came to my ears at one moment, about 3 months, like I said, prior to the accident. And it said, crystal clear, it said, the things that you are doing today are going to save your life someday. And it was right before I started my workout, and it was like, that was not me. That was not me. And then I think about it and I think, okay, well, I'll have a strong heart when I'm a grandma. I didn't know that 3 months later, I would be smashed down at full velocity, crushed on the ground with a motor, and left in a situation with my leg crushed, my hip completely crushed, my back broken, my ribs broken, and finding myself in a place that's like, what foundation do I have to scrape off of? You know, who am I? And one of the things that just organically came out of it was I knew I needed to reach for something instantly that was bigger than I was. And that's what all of us, we know that that's out there. Something that's bigger than us, right? And wherever I went, whether it was in the life flight, the ambulance, or even the hospital room, it was always asking, do you believe in prayer? And I always heard every single person always to say, yes, they believe in prayer. And emphatically, everybody was always willing to hold my hand and to gather in a circle and pray that we can have the help of angels, that we can have the help of light workers, that we can have the help of guidance, knowledge from other people that are blessed to be in our way. And it's been a miraculous experience. Not saying it's been easy. It's been the most painful, life-stretching experience in my life. They didn't have my pain medications right for the last month. It wasn't until a month after the surgeries I even got on morphine. Days and days of not sleeping, and it was not days you counted, it was hours of just hours of, if your mind can survive, your body's gonna survive. And one of the things I didn't realize is how strong we really are. We are so capable, we're strong individuals. And we can be strong, amazing beings. When we're put to the limits, we can do awesome things. And that's the silver lining in all of this, is that we can do more than we realize. And when we can bond together as women, and the beautiful community that you guys are building, and Joseph is putting together, and Genevieve is a part of, and all of you beautiful women, we can do bigger things that we couldn't do on our own. And we almost need to be predetermined to be set on what is it that we will stand for. What will we settle for, what will we not settle for? And I am not gonna settle to be a victim. I'm not gonna settle for not being able to walk again. I'm not going to settle for paralysis sitting in. I'm not going to settle for sitting in my room and being depressed. through this. There's so many of them. It's obviously